so many people are curious about whether I'm going to be staying in America or moving back to Canada, and the answer is hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha if you are new here, and today you are joining me in my bedroom because I am going to be doing a little skincare and chill with you guys. I felt like I was in the mood to do a Q&A finally and just like talk to you guys about things that are on your mind and are on my mind, and I thought what better way to do it than do a little skincare and chill with y'all. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I did hop on my Instagram and ask you guys to ask me some questions while also keeping it respectful, and you guys came through, so thank you so much. If you want to be a part of my next Q&A, then be sure to follow me on Instagram at Aysha Harun, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. Before we get into the questions, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Biossance, for partnering with me in today's video. I don't know why I said that so weird. Listen, I have talked about Biossance. It's going on 4 years now, almost 4 years. They are one of my tried and true, like, just go-to skincare brands. So anytime that I get the opportunity to work with them, I get really excited. So the first product that I'm actually going in with is the Squalene plus lactic acid. It looks like this. This is like, I think, my 4th bottle of this product, the Squalene plus lactic acid serum, resurfacing night serum. It is literally my favorite product from Biossance, hands down. It is literally the best, probably one of the best skincare products in general. Ooh, she is tingly today. She is tingling. But anyways, the reason why I love this lactic acid serum is it truly resurfaces your skin. And when I say that, it means, okay, I'm gonna come a little bit close because I don't know why, but I've been having like cluster breakouts on my right cheek lately. I think you can kind of see they're a little bit red as well, just because I was in the shower earlier. But anyways, I've been breaking out like crazy. This side is completely clear, but I know that every single time that I've used this lactic acid serum, it just clears up my breakouts, it clears up my skin, it truly resurfaces my skin. Like, it makes it look and feel like baby skin within like a couple weeks. So I'm really excited to have this product back in my collection. Thank you, Biossance. It's like they knew that what I was craving, and then they came at me with a partnership, and I was like, yes. Thank you, Lord. So anyways, I like to pat this into the skin after toning and of course cleansing. I just did all of that in the shower, and you can see it leaves like a stunning glow right away, but by the time you wake up, your skin, like, you can, it's almost one of those products you can feel instantly. But the second product I'm going to use is the Squalene plus Marine Algae Eye Cream. Hey y'all, it's Editing Aisha here. I just wanted to jump in real quick because it's actually recommended to use an eye cream first and then go in with the lactic acid. I did it the opposite way because I always get way too excited to use my serum first, but just a tip in case you do pick up the lactic acid serum as well. It looks like this, but this eye cream is really great for just instantly like blurring and firming the under eye. So if you have any premature wrinkles or you just want to prevent any future under eye wrinkles, this is a really great product, especially moving into the winter time. It's got like a really nice thick luxurious texture. Their other eye cream that I actually really like using in the warmer months is their Squalene Peptide Eye Gel, but in the cooler months it's always nice to layer on a thick eye cream because my eyes do tend to get a little dry and crepey. And I forgot to mention, the reason why I love Biossance so much is it is a extremely clean skincare brand. It's probably one of the cleanest skincare brands that you will come across. They have a completely vegan formula, and not only are they clean, but they're also really sustainable in their practices. Their main like ingredient in all of their products is squalane, and squalane is like an oil that is naturally present in our skin. It's what makes our skin nice and bouncy and firm, and for example, babies when they're born are born with a lot of squalane, and that's why their faces look so plump and juicy and just like eatable. But as you age, you start to lose your percentages of squalane. So traditionally, what a lot of people did was actually source squalane from sharks, and they were killing millions of sharks a year, specifically in Japanese beauty. But Biossance found a way to get squalene from sugarcane. So that is pretty dope to know that the products that you're using aren't harming the environment or harming animals or just whatever. And you know, if you have babies or if you're pregnant, all of their products are safe for that as well. So it's just a very wholesome brand. We love a wholesome brand. Now is actually probably the best time to give Biossance a try. They always have some really nice holiday sets out. And this one specifically, I asked them to send me because I am going to be traveling back to Canada very soon, which I'll talk about in the Q&A portion of this video. But this is their Your Clean Routine Overachievers. And it looks like this, and it has basically all of my favorite Biossance products. It comes with the lactic acid, the vitamin C rose oil, the marine algae eye cream, which I just used, and then a gel moisturizer and an omega repair cream, which I'm actually going to use the omega repair cream right now because it's also another one of my favorites for the fall and winter. It's a really thick, luxurious cream, and it really, really hydrates the skin. And to end off my little skincare portion of this skincare and chill video, I'm gonna go in with the product that instantly made me fall in love with Biossance almost 4 years ago, and it's their Squalane plus Vitamin C Rose Oil. This is actually their new bottle. I was looking for something that would help with my hyperpigmentation, but would also give me like nourishing ingredients. And I found this, I found out it was clean, I read more on the brand, and I just fell in love. So this oil is really good for hydration. I use it kind of like as a sealant for all of my skincare. And you want to just make sure that you use oil as the last part of your skincare routine. If you're using it in the morning, then you would apply SPF on top. So if you guys want to try any of my favorite Biossance products, I will link them down below, and yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys check them out. But let's get into the questions. I basically just screenshotted all of them, and the one that was reoccurring is just how I'm doing, and I'm always just so thankful for you guys and for just like your love and how you genuinely care about how I'm doing. But I'm doing good, alhamdulillah. I am in a really good spot in my life right now. Really busy with work, but I'm the type of person that really enjoys and thrives when she is busy. So I'm just living my life, crushing all of my year-end goals. Alhamdulillah, it's been an amazing year, I guess, career-wise for me. Definitely, I've taken some hits personally, but I'm doing good. And I can thank God for that. I do want to just preface that I'm not going to be getting into the juicy details or whatever about my divorce or separation in this video, because I just don't really think it's appropriate. Even though it was a really hurtful situation, you know, I don't want to be that bitter person that just shit talks her ex because she has a platform to do so. It's just, I'm not that type of person. So I'm going to move on. The other question that probably more than 60% of you guys asked was, do I ever plan on moving back to Canada? Am I staying in LA? What are you doing? Like, where are you moving? So many people are curious about whether I'm going to be staying in America or moving back to Canada. And the answer is, I'm staying in LA, at least for the near future. I need you guys to understand that I kind of uprooted my entire life to move to California. And it's not just something that I could just, you know, snap my fingers and move everything back to Canada, because it's just not realistic for just my life and my lifestyle. I mean, moving countries in a pandemic sounds like the worst thing ever. Moving in general just sounds horrible. I already have to do one of them, but you know, I can't even imagine moving back to Canada during a pandemic. But also, like, I kind of settled my life here. I obviously never expected that, you know, my marriage would end. But because of that, I'm not just gonna like uproot my life again and move back to Canada. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to stay in LA. I can't say if this is gonna be my forever home. I want to say probably not, but again, like it's so hard to even figure out what to do tomorrow, let alone what to do for the rest of my life. So I'm taking it day by day. As maybe some of you guys know, I did come here on my own terms on a visa. So at least for the time being, I am going to be staying my butt here in LA, and I'm really excited for it. I just like the lifestyle here. I like that I don't have to deal with the winter. If you guys have been following my channel for years, you know that I was just always miserable in the winter. I definitely go through seasonal depression when it's cold outside, and I just don't know why I would do that to myself when I don't have to. So I will be moving very soon, and I'm really excited to show you guys my new place because I think you all will really love it. I am just in love with it, and I'll be moving next week. By the time you guys see this video, I may or may not already be moved, but stay tuned. So someone asked how to meet friends as an adult. And when I screenshotted this, I was literally like, it stopped me in my tracks to think, because meeting friends as an adult is actually really hard, especially when you work from home, which I feel like most people are working from home now, or if you don't have like a traditional 9-to-5 job, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or do something similar to what I do, and own your business, you know, at home, or run your business from home. It's really hard, and honestly I feel like the way that I've met friends have been through other friends. So for example, if you have a friend or a cousin and you guys hang out, usually one of them will maybe bring someone or introduce you to a different group, and then if you vibe with those people, you continue being friends with them. And I feel like that's how I've kind of made friends here in LA, just basically through mutual friends. So I know that sounds kind of weird, but networking I feel like helps in all aspects of life. But I guess another way to meet friends is maybe sign up for like activities. Like if, I don't know, maybe at the gym that you go to, I've definitely met friends at the gym, or people that I work with, like my photographers or my videographers and stuff that I work with, my editors. Like I just kind of become friends through my own personal network in that sense. If I go to a coffee shop all the time and I see the same person, maybe, you know, you can find someone like that as well. So I feel like just getting out of your house. So this question kind of goes hand in hand with the question about whether I'm staying in LA or Canada, but someone asked, are you planning on living back in your parents' house, or are you transitioning to living alone? And honestly, I feel like regardless of whether I decide to stay in LA or go back to Canada, you know, in the future, I think I'll always have my own space. I just don't think that I could go back to living with my parents, unless it was like a situation where I purchased a home and, you know, had extra rooms and stuff and moved my parents in with me. But I just really enjoy having my own space and not have to worry about other people's schedules. So yeah, I think I'll definitely just be living alone regardless, which I'm like okay with. I actually really enjoy my own schedule and living alone and stuff, and I feel like I'm kind of used to it at this point. So someone asked, how do I get brave with outfits? I be putting on fits and cringing in the mirror. I feel like it takes a while to kind of figure out your personal style. It definitely took me many years. I look back at my choices in high school and just cringe as well. But I think honestly just finding pieces that really fit you, like fit your body type, fit just like your personality, like I don't know how to explain it, but definitely fitting your body type is the #1 thing. So I personally always look for garments that are slightly more oversized, just to kind of like fit my body type. I definitely have more curves, and you know, if I wear something and someone else who's a little bit skinnier wears it, it might look modest on her but not quite on me. So just finding ways to maybe size up on certain things, and honestly just try out different styles. Like if a lot of the times I will like look through just like my explore page and see different people's styles, and I'll give it a try, and if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. But definitely following people that have a similar body shape to you will give you more of an idea on how to dress for yourself. I'm looking for a therapist, but I really don't know how to look for one. This is a really good question because I was really confused on how to choose my own therapist. I actually just ended up going with BetterHelp. Because I saw a bunch of ads for it and I was like, whatever, I might as well give it a try, and it ended up working really well. BetterHelp is like it's like an online therapy website, so everything is on teletherapy, and you like call, or you can do FaceTime sessions and stuff like that. It's not in person, but I think it's a really good way to just test out the world of therapy. It's slightly more affordable than regular therapy, like in-person therapy, and it kind of just takes the pressure off. Plus I really like when I was signing up, I didn't do it affiliated with BetterHelp at all. I did it all myself. I really enjoyed the process of selecting the therapist. They make you fill out like a quiz on feeling, how you're doing, like what you want out of therapy, all that kind of stuff. If you want someone who is a similar faith to you, if you want a woman of color, all that kind of stuff. And I got matched up with someone that really ended up working out for me. So that's a great place to start. I will also link a friend of mine's video down below, Nima Tang. She just posted like a really long informative video on therapy for black girls. So I will leave that down below so you guys can get more info, because I think she has more of a well-rounded experience than I do. Are you gonna do more cooking videos? So yes, guys, my next place makes me want to cry because it is perfect for filming cooking videos. I literally picked that place with y'all in mind. I was like, I need to get back on my cooking video grind because I know you guys really enjoy it, and it's something that I really enjoy as well. You guys will see I have an extremely busy schedule for the next month, and then I'm off to Canada for like basically another month. So yeah, you will have to be a little bit patient with me. It will be in 2021, but it will be very soon. Which brands have been the kindest to you and easiest to partner with? Really coincidental that I partnered with Biossance in this video, because they have been one of the easiest and just greatest partners to work with, because I actually seeked them out in the beginning because it was a brand that I genuinely enjoyed, and I was like, how dope would that be if we could work together? And then it just kind of created this longer term partnership. So I love them because they give me the creative freedom to literally work their products into any video that I want, any type of content that I want, and I think that's way more enjoyable. Just brands that kind of give you the free reign to do what you do, and I obviously know my audience and I know what works and what doesn't, so they've been like probably one of my top favorite brands to work with. Another one is definitely Fabletics. If you guys follow me on Instagram, maybe you know on YouTube as well, but I am a Fabletics ambassador. I was one for 2020, and I'm also going to be one for 2021, which is really exciting. They did renew the partnership, and they've been extremely easy as well. So Walmart has been really great. They always constantly renew as well, and they don't really ask for like really picky approvals and stuff like that, and it's just a lot easier to work with brands that like trust your judgment and trust the content that you make, because I feel like both sides are rewarded. What apps do you use to edit your photos? Love you lots. Love you too. So I am pretty simple when it comes to editing my photos. I use 3 main apps. So I use Lightroom first. I don't know, I find it really easy to do basically anything you want. I like the color grade options, and one day I'll share exactly how I edit like certain photos. After I go into Lightroom, sometimes I will go into ViscoCam. I edit a lot of my like Instagram stories on ViscoCam just because they allow you to edit video. And I also use Facetune. So Facetune I specifically use for patchwork. So if I have, sometimes like I won't even realize I have like a fluff on my face, so I'll just kind of like patch that out. Or, you know, if there's someone behind me that I want to patch out, I could do that as well. Do you prefer living in America or Canada? Ooh, juicy question. Okay, it's tough to say. I mean, I've been living in America for about 1.5 years now, going on 2 years. And I think there's definitely pros and cons to each, but I feel like overall quality of life, I definitely prefer Canada. I just feel like with universal healthcare, with how multicultural it is in Toronto, what else? I mean, all of my family is there. I definitely think Canada is great for the long term. I mean, there's pros and cons to both. I think ultimately I would prefer living in Canada, but at this point in my career, I'm 25 years old. I am, you know, living out my dream, and this is, I feel like, where I need to be for now. Pineapples on pizza? Absolutely. Do you have a favorite YouTuber whom you aren't friends with? It's funny because a lot of the YouTubers that I watch are my friends, but I guess someone that I've been recently really enjoying, especially during the quarantine, is Tara Michelle. And I feel like the reason why I've been enjoying her so much is because we have a very, very similar life. Like almost too similar. First of all, we're the same age. She actually went or studied at my university for like 1 year before she ended up moving to LA, which is like super random because it's a very small school outside of Toronto. You know, she moved from Toronto to LA, and you know, this year she decided to move back to Toronto. at least for the short term. I don't know, I just feel like our lives are very similar, and I just really enjoy her content, and she kind of just inspires me to continue reaching my goals. So yeah, I do definitely enjoy Tara Michelle. How do you maintain a positive mindset with stress from different aspects of life? This is a tough one, but also an easy one. I was actually just talking about this with my therapist, and she reminded me of a quote. I forget who it's by. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know and probably clown me on it, but it is, I think, therefore I am. So if you think negatively all the time, you're gonna be a negative person. But if you always think positively, no matter what you're going through, no matter any hardships or just lows in your life, if you think positively, you are going to eventually reach a positive point in your life. So there's no point in constantly focusing on the negative. So that's how I deal with, or that's how I maintain my positivity throughout like any emotional or just hardship in my life. So yeah, I think therefore I am. I think that once you truly live those words, it will change your life. Guilty pleasure TV show or Netflix show? One Tree Hill and Criminal Minds. Those are forever my guilty pleasure shows, or my comfort shows. I do want to start or restart Vampire Diaries though. I guess that's kind of guilty pleasure. I really enjoyed that series, and I feel like I would enjoy watching it over again. Ways to deal with people that you're uncomfortable with, even if it's family. This is a tough one, y'all. But one thing that I have always like reminded myself of is you can always control how you act in a situation, but you can never control what other people do. So if you are feeling uncomfortable from someone, then you have the control and you have the power to take yourself out of that situation. But what I will remind you guys of, and I feel like this has definitely been apparent in, you know, my life, is you should always treat everyone with kindness. Whether you love them, whether you hate them, treat everyone with kindness, because God forbid something goes wrong, everyone's gonna know that at the end of the day you treated them with kindness and you were a kind person. So respectfully get your ass out of that situation, but always kill them with kindness. I know that's a very corny line, but it is very true. Advice on how to save. Whew, this is a really good question, and I feel like I eventually could do like a whole video on this, on like saving and just financial tips. Probably like sometime in the new year. But my tips on how to save, the golden rule is to live below your means. So if you make a certain amount of money every month, live way below your means. Like, it doesn't matter that you can afford something. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you need it. And I feel like that was a really important realization for me to come to in the past couple years, because, you know, as you start, you know, you graduate from college, you're most likely broke, and then as you start making money, you feel like you want to constantly spend it because you earned it, but you don't have to. If you want to save for something, then live below your means. I would say if you're saving for something in particular, write out literally all of your expenses for that month that are like non-negotiables, whether that is your rent, whether that's your car insurance, your car payments, your student loans, all of that kind of stuff. Literally write it all out, and whatever that number is left over from your income, try saving at the very least 50% of that. And then whatever is left over, you can either decide, you know, to spend it on leisure activities or whatever you want, and whatever's left over you can throw back into savings as well. So I feel like just live below your means, create a budget for yourself, and really stick to it. Like, don't be peer pressured into going out for lunches and dinners and desserts and all that kind of stuff, movies, all that kind of stuff. Don't feel pressured, but also learn to live your life, but don't feel pressured to live it too much. If that makes any sense. Don't be pressured to constantly say yes to every single hangout, you know, that you want to go to if you are wanting to save. So yeah, live below your means. What helps you keep your trust and faith when things are going bad? I think what helps is to realize that everything that is happening in your life has already been written. I am a woman of faith. I've mentioned that many times, and I think people who believe definitely understand that everything happens for a reason and everything is written for you already. But constantly remembering that and remembering in every situation, Allah has blessed you, whether or not you think it's a blessing at the time. That just constantly reminds me to have faith and trust in God, and trust that whatever He plans is much better than anything that, you know, we could personally plan ourselves. So that always helps me regain my faith even when situations are bad. And honestly, I feel like, and this is probably the case for most people, I feel like the times when people have the lowest iman is when, or the lowest faith, is when everything is actually going good in their life, because then you kind of take it all for granted. You don't really see the sweetness of life when everything is going good. You see the sweetness when things are going bad, and you start to see things increasing from there, if that makes any sense. Like when things are going bad, I feel like that's when people remember to pray, remember to ask God for His mercy or His blessings, and just help ask God to get you through that situation. You know, in a way, I feel like when things are going bad, it's a blessing in disguise. Sorry, my voice is like cracking. Sometimes when I talk about faith and stuff, I get really emotional. Okay, I think I'm gonna end off this Q&A with this last question. What have been the 3 biggest lessons / epiphanies you've had this year? Truly believing that, and I mentioned this, you know, earlier on in the video, believing that you can always control your actions and what you do in a situation. And no matter what you try to do, you will never be able to control how other people act. So find peace in that, and learn how to control your situation personally before you get frustrated that you can't control things that are out of your control. Uncertainty in life is inevitable, and the second that you accept that, that's where your life truly starts to change. I just had to change my battery because apparently I was talking too long. The second epiphany or lesson learned this year is when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. I think it's really important to be an optimist and see the good in people, but it can also come back and bite you in the ass, because if you always make excuses for people's behavior and not believe the person that they're actually becoming, that can be really detrimental. Always trust your gut. And the last epiphany, God is always in control. I feel like that's not really an epiphany, but it was definitely a big reminder this year, not only in my personal life, but literally with everything. God is always in control. So whatever the outcome is, you gotta be okay with it, because that is what He willed, period. So I think I'm gonna end this video. I feel like I have talked a lot. We have skincare and chilled a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed chilling with me. Hopefully you guys finished your skincare routine by now and you are ready for bed or ready to take on the day, whatever is I lost my train of thought. Dear God, it's only 9:07. Okay, y'all, well, I'm gonna go. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up, and let me know if you guys would like me to do more skincare and chill videos / Q&As in the future, because I feel like you might really enjoy it. And for all of the questions about marriage and divorce and all of that kind of stuff, I will eventually be more open to the topic and kind of sharing, because I feel like there are a lot of lessons that I feel like a lot of girls that watch my channel would be able to learn, and I do want to share them with you, but please be patient with me. I think it's gonna take a couple more months for me to be able to open up about all of that kind of stuff, but I do definitely want to share that with you, so stay tuned in the future. But I love you guys. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed down below and joined the fam. Thank you again to Biossance for being such a lovely partner. I will link all of the my favorite Biossance products down below, and yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.